Here's on-site visit. How's it going, Fade? That's crazy. But I mean, obviously, I'd played the game just recently. In fact, I'm allowed to say that I played it with Simper. We're both in the where we were in the previous wave. Well, he was in the one before that too. But point being is we have played in the waves together already. Other big Twitch streamers got beta access to it. It seems. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Who is gonna play? Like who out of the quote unquote big Twitch streamers? Because I'll be honest, I don't follow Twitch as much, but I know the people's names and stuff like that. We big. No, Anbu, no. Asmongold has New World beta. Does Asmongold actually play other games? Man, he's really trying things out, huh? It must be just because Shadowlands isn't out yet. No way he would try it if Shadowlands was out, right? This isn't the beta, but a preview. Yeah, it's a. I think it's something more deliberate than a beta, maybe, right? He's just Zach talking to the camera. Yeah, no, I thought people always joked that Asmongold never played other MMOs, so maybe he's just more so recently been interested in trying other games. Has anyone else tried the game or thought about trying the game in chat? Out of curiosity. I just realized that thing's like off center. I need to move that thing over. There it goes. I think. Oof. Let's see. Is that center? Looks like center to me. I see him AFKing in WoW and reacting to videos. That's kind of what WoW's gameplay has seemed to me at least, like for the past couple of years. It's just like you AFK in City and you either queue for things and you wait for those things to pop and then you play those things, or just kind of sit there and talk. I'm not feeling the combat system. I know that this is a new version or a new client, I should say. So I'm curious to see how the combat feels, but from what I've seen so far, it does look like it is improved. And I think it's definitely fair to say and safe to say that the combat has changed over time, for sure. Like even in the videos that have been showcased, the one from like a year ago, the combat is I would say it's more deliberate now, right? Like if you watch the most recent trailers, it's more impactful. Thanks for your YouTube videos on the game. I tried during the stress test and definitely wasn't enough combat variety yet. My YouTube videos on what game? You mean my like stream videos? I was gonna say I don't know if I've even made a YouTube video on New World yet. Have I? But I get what you're saying. The last trailer I saw, they showed magic, and I can say that that wasn't, in whatever test I was in. So I think that's something that's new for everybody. Like, but I could be wrong. Maybe magic was in the earlier versions. I just didn't know. But I wasn't aware. I don't remember magic being even. I know magic was teased early on with New World, so it was always going to be a thing. But I don't think magic was shown in the gameplay until just recently. Speaking of which, where is that trailer? You guys know I love being super. Hey, you can see my little pup. You guys know I love being super critical of MMO trailers. So I think this is the trailer. Well, I can say that this is much better than the trailer we watched yesterday. The Crowfall trailer. Like, see, there's moments where they go for like the standing, like kind of, cinematic shot. Then there's moments where you see some movement as well. And I think that's what the Crowfall trailer was lacking for me, was any kind of movement. To me, even just a little bit of walking you see in this trailer adds a lot to the excitement level. If you guys don't have the context, you have to watch the podcast from yesterday. We were watching the Crowfall trailer, and I was commenting how I don't understand how Crowfall is supposed to sell people on an action game, or at least an exciting, Throne War Simulator action game. It's more like a hybrid system, I should say, but you get my point. And then have people just basically standing there. It's strange, and there's a movie called New World. I didn't even realize that. Oh no, it's like a Logan Paul thing. No wonder why he's top on my list. He's got top what do they call it? SEO? Is this the same trailer we were just watching? Yeah, this is the same one. Is there any other good ones? It's weird, but I don't know how you guys feel about gameplay videos, watching people's gameplay videos, and watching streams in general. I can say that for me, it's always been a different experience. I'm somebody that definitely likes to get involved in whatever I try and play or experience. But I obviously, like many of you guys, like to watch streams and videos about maybe games that I'm not sure if I want to try yet, or are, maybe I'm particularly interested in trying out. I want to see more about it. Let me shrink this thing real quick. We do it live, as we say all the time on the stream. The graphic, I'm trying to shrink the graphic. Okay, there it goes, because it's like so huge. I don't remember it being that huge. I must have accidentally just made it really big. But I don't even remember what I was saying, but it's cool. We have like 10 minutes, so I wonder if it's going to go live on time. But I also don't expect everything to go peachy keen. I think anytime you do some type of like stress event, which you can argue a preview isn't the same thing as a stress test and isn't the same thing as a closed beta test, and I know there's a lot of technicalities and lingo, but that's a good question, Phosphoric. What are your thoughts on the game's art style and direction? Seems bland to me at times. I can say I actually like the art style compared to a lot of games, and I think that's where maybe I'm excited. I think Amazon's New World is very visually stimulating compared to most games on the market, especially like other MMOs or multiplayer online RPGs or survival style games, whichever category it ends up leading itself to. We will see how things go, but I actually like the way the game kind of looks, and I think my reasoning is I like the kind of conquistador like vibes, being which I should be kind of opposed to, being like Mexican. I should like hate that, right? Because they came and like, anyway, you guys know the history. But I like that it's different. They went with like this kind of frontier. You're exploring a new land, a new world, right? And that whole aspect I really enjoyed. The muskets, the melee weapons. It's less of like the range combat and more of, I think, of a mix. Versus maybe some games like Rust. There's barely any melee combat at all. Realistically, people are just gonna tap each other with AKs on any good server with any like top guild. So I like that aspect of New World in its visuals. I'll say that the crystal aspects at first, I was kind of hesitant with them just because I feel like they're overused a lot. But how they ended up coming out visually, I really like, especially like the reds. I like it how like it's really dark. But I'm also just I can freely admit that graphics aren't my most important part of an MMO or really just game in general. In fact, they're probably like one of my least most important parts of a game. And then I would say like an art style is maybe a little bit higher up, but it's not much higher up. Just for me, as long as it looks like good enough for what it's trying to accomplish, I usually am not super critical of it. But with regards to MMOs and online games in general, they're typically not privy to as good of graphics as maybe some of these smaller titles that don't have as many players on screen, just typically anyway. So I don't ever go into like an MMO or a massive game with any expectations rather that it's going to be like massive and look like, I don't know, Ghosts of Shurima or whatever your favorite game is, Witcher. Visually, I should say. There's a lot of really good looking games. I like Dreamfall Chapters. I think that game looks really pretty. Did I take part in yesterday's event? What event? It's interesting how we disagree, Phosphoric, but that's the beauty of visual stuff. It's very subjective. Because I didn't like the UI as much as I liked the actual graphics of the game. But again, a lot of like my opinions are subject to change. So, because I don't know if what I'm gonna see today is going to be what I've seen in videos over the past couple of days and since the last time I played. I'm more of a high fantasy type of guy. Maybe that's why it feels odd to me. Yeah, I don't mind high fan. I'm kind of all over the place. I think artistically, if I'm being honest. I've kind of like all games, like how they look. Like with regards to MMOs, my favorite MMOs visually, I guess. Well, how about I just say my favorite MMOs, and then we can talk about what MMOs those are in some kind of visual category. Hello, everybody, by the way. Looks like everybody's stopping by. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I'm Nerd Slayer. If you guys know, if you don't, hopefully you get to know. But so I would say, obviously, Galaxies is one of the highest up on my list, probably my favorite MMO. That's sci-fi fantasy, I would argue. It's not really sci-fi, it's more like sci-fi fantasy. And then there's Guild Wars, which Guild Wars 1 for me is early on. It's hard because each expansion in Guild Wars 1 was different artistically. And I think that that's very unique for a game, but like originally the game was very fantasy. But then Factions came out and that was very anime style. And then Nightfall came out and that was very tribal. And then Eye of the North came out and that was very Nordic. So I would probably say Guild Wars 1 is one of my favorite looking games graphically. So that's up there. What's another one? Habbo Hotel was one of my favorite games growing up as a kid. Not one of my favorite games visually, obviously. Not a very good looking game. Darkfall was one of my favorite MMOs. Not the best looking game, though I would say that it's an underrated looking game, in my opinion. Though I'm biased. What's another one that I like? Oh, Warhammer Online. I think it's a great looking game. When you get past like the clunkiness and maybe like the screen kind of edge tearing on some of the textures and stuff, how it's crude. Like some textures are just crude in that game, but Warhammer Online, I have to say I love the graphics, I love the art style, I love the UI, I really just love the game completely visually. That might be like, for me, the most visually stunning game, like from an art perspective. I know like everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy, like not graphically, but just artistically speaking. Warhammer Online has to be my favorite artistically looking game. So, if you like the sort of Age of Sail style, I really enjoyed Greedfall. It's great for a low budget AA game. I do like AA games, and I've been looking at it before. When you say Age of Sail, do you mean like, oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about the graphical representation or visual representation. Now Guild Wars 2 is an anime mess. See, look, I love anime. I'm not the biggest anime fan. Like, I'm not like a super anime fan, but I do love my anime. I have to say, I'm not the biggest fan of the graphical direction that Guild Wars 2 ended up going. I'm just not. I have to admit that. I don't like. I remember I was in the. I think I was even playing with you, Limpos, and I remember I was like, "Yo, when did this game get so anime?" Like, I saw this character who was like dressed like a. I can't even explain it, but it was like something inside of some kind of cube, and then like it had some like animation playing. It was just like super, like kawaii, and I was just like, I've never seen that ever in an MMO. Period. It was even more so than the Zelda guy, or no, than Link. Remember we saw Link when we played Terra? I think it was Terra. Or was it Final Fantasy 11 or 14? I forget. I forget my weeb games. You still have the picture? It was Terra? Yeah. Anyway, graphics and MMOs, I think they shouldn't be the focus, if I'm being honest. I think if you want to make a multiplayer online RPG, which is maybe an online game that isn't necessarily massive, then graphics are very much like a prime thing for you to focus on, because that experience is about giving you the best like door to door, path to path like theme park experience. And so I want it to look good. You're right. Like if I go and take a ride at a theme park to, fill my analogy out, I want that to look visually stimulating as well. I don't want it to look like I'm about to fall off and like die. Maybe in some weird like, fetish kind of way, but like you get what I'm saying. Like I don't want the ride to look super scary. I want everything to look like good and prim and proper. Fuckboy Link. We didn't find Thought Zelda. Oh damn, yeah, I think there was actually two of them. On the topic of anime graphics, you want it to be good, for sure. On the topic of anime graphics, what's your opinion on the art direction of Monster Hunter? Love the content. Hey, not Lofts, I think that's how I pronounce that name. Thank you for the 250-bit donation, by the way. I appreciate that. Here's my fedora for your tip. Monster Hunter. I'd have to look into it more, but I'll say that I like that it's more stylized with, I would say, darker edges than maybe most anime. I would even go as far to say, for me personally, it seems to have a little bit darker of a vibe to it. More Dynasty Warriors. I know Dynasty Warriors has had so many different games, but like, I like that Dynasty Warriors looks kind of anime, but it also seems kind of serious at the same time. It's Lu Bu! You know what I mean? Like, if you guys have played that franchise. Yeah, the old background. I know, and I still have all of that stuff here. It's right there. He's pointing at me right there, actually. Bang. And then I have my Twilight Gal right here, which you couldn't really even see that well there, actually, because my mic was blocking it. And then I have my play button up there, which I didn't have previously. My YouTube play button. And yeah, my light's like perched behind my monitor. All right, let's pull up this on stream. This is a funny one. It's the kind of things you experience when you're playing MMOs. So this was literally just some random player we ran up on. And I'm pretty sure his name was like Link too. But it might have been Link with something else. Like Link with some other characters or some shit. He had a funny name. I remember that. It was a funny name. You can't see my expression? Alright, let me move it out of the way. I look like I'm enjoying that. That's some funny shit. All right, so is it time yet? Should we try or what? Hey, what people don't know won't hurt them. I just pressed play. Let's see what happens. Time to crash the servers. Oh yeah, let's go. I'm ready for the problems. I'm all about the problems. Looks like we're gonna have a connection failed problem. Are we too early? Failed to authenticate with Persona. Every time I hear Persona, I can't help but think Persona. Persona! Seems about right for an MMO launch. Should be 5 minutes open already. Yeah, seems like that. Yeah, it wouldn't be an MMO without a scuff launch. And the thing with MMOs too is you never know if you should restart the client. Sometimes you restart the client and you think to yourself, this is good, right? Like maybe I can get in this time. But then sometimes they have a queue. And then sometimes you don't want to reconnect. And then sometimes you don't know. It's like a process. You have to know like what's the... Okay, so now we're getting a connection error. I think we close the game. That seems high percentage. What do you guys think? What's the meta? What's the meta for big MMOs launching? Wait for the launcher update? True. I just got a not responding right there. Was that trying to do something? Hey, it didn't hit me with it right away. No. Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea. Wait, now I don't see any worlds, which makes me think it's not really connected. But maybe I need to click a different region. Oof, that ping. I'm picking an Eastern server, by the way, if people are wondering. What kind of Dark Souls is that? Apathy is death. I love Beodor, how he finishes that line off. It's hilarious. Alright, I have an idea. You guys ready for this? So, I've been a tester in a lot of MMOs before. And so, there's always a way to cheat the system. So I'm curious if I can do this. My idea is I'm gonna press play and then I'm gonna press continue immediately. Let's see if my strategy works. You never know. Sometimes just pressing things really fast yeah, and Maghorn, if I was a partner, you'd be able to pick your own quality, but because you can't, I honestly don't know if you can. Can you guys even do it? No. I think I pressed it pretty fast there. Was that not fast enough? You can pick quality? I don't know. Maybe it is a... You guys can? Is that because you have a Prime account or something? And are... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can. You're not seeing the servers either, Hugh? Alright. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you guys can see the quality. I didn't realize that you guys could. Cool. Yeah, I wouldn't talk trash about Twitch, man. Remember, Amazon is the one that owns them. They're listening to you right now. I'm just kidding. You're validating the game. Let's look at our settings, actually. We can do that right now. I love talking about settings. So let's talk about settings. Now, it's hard to really test your settings and show them all, like whenever you can't actually show your character, of course, but we can look at here, like here's some melee combat. Obviously, we've got basic attacks, blocking, dodging, and sheath. It's always important. Got some walking, crouching. You can prone. That's interesting. I think that's going to make combat, at least like 50-50 sieges, different. You know, people can prone and actually shoot. It doesn't like to be running with WoW at the same time in the menus. Alright, you're doing some valuable testing. You can roll while prone. Nice. I like that. I like that. There's some interesting intricacies that you could have there in a group fight for sure. Okay, so you guys notice this? It says move forward, hold. And I wonder, is that something that you change? Like tap versus hold? Like, is that a thing? You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a game actually put hold. Yeah, that's interesting. Auto walk being over there, that's probably pretty good. Auto walk is probably one of the most important features of any MMO ever, right? Like, who doesn't auto walk to the town? Who doesn't auto walk to the quest objective every now and then? I feel like all of us. Right, so we have our basic user interface stuff like tab for inventory, map M, good old fashioned character K, journal J, company UI, aka your guild stuff, is G, social is O, and I like that people always keep social as O for some reason. I like that MMOs generally kind of keep a lot of the same key mapping. And you make camp with Y, which is how you can rest, build things, and craft things, and a whole lot of other stuff. So for the actions, you've got 3 different weapon slots here, 4 different consumable slots. You have 3 weapon abilities, an interact key, secondary interact key, interesting, a give up key. So you can surrender. But see, I think that's interesting because if there's no large reason for somebody to want to flag other than maybe for certain quest rewards, I think you can get better quest rewards if you flag. Again, all of this could have changed. This is just going off of what is publicly released. What last was the case. This could be a new version, new client, all that kind of stuff. Everything's subject to change, of course. But as for like actual movement and stuff like that, we don't have to worry about having too many keys with New World because there's not going to be that many abilities. Weapons only have 3 abilities, and then you have your basic attacks, your blocks, and all that kind of stuff. So like generally speaking, you're not really going to have to worry about how do I map my shift Q with my shift 1 and my shift mouse click this, that, and whatever else. Like you're not going to have to worry about piano keying. As we like to say. We're trained for piano with the keyboard. You're not going to have to worry about that this time around. And also, there is the ability for you to either hone in on your target or free look around. So I think that that's pretty important as well, part of the game. That makes it feel like some people have kind of said and made jokes about it already. Very, dare I say, Dark Souls. Here we go. So I'm looking at Eastern Worlds right now. And it looks like we're not going to be able to pick Pride because I don't even see Pride. Alright, so we're going to do Not instead. If you guys are, wanting to play with us, we're going to play on the Not server. Because I don't see the Pride server. See, it says, play on Not, Cruel Vista. You can only have one character in the Cruel Vista world group. I like that. They restrict you to have only one character per group, but you could have another character in another group. How do you get into the beta? So to get into this beta, you had to have either registered for the beta previously, before August, I believe. You have to pre-order the game. You had to have pre-ordered the game. You maybe were just invited by some kind of raffle. Maybe you won a raffle key. Maybe, those are the main ways, basically. A lot of people got in for free, put it that way. So it wasn't just a paid thing, which is kind of what I expected it to be, if I'm being honest. But I really respect that they made it open for a lot of, variety of people to try the game out. This is new, by the way. I've never seen this before. See, I like the graphics. I know that's a cinematic and everything, but I like the visuals. Thanks, Clax, by the way.
Threat grows once more
You the man,
as the
or
bourgeoisie
woman,
slumber.
or whatever you want me to call you.
Your ship is stocked and your crew assembled. We can pretend.
It was pretty loud, so I couldn't even tell if you guys were hearing it or not. I wasn't paying attention to my levels.
And all will be lost to
When sound's so loud you can't see.
This corruption must be stopped.
Yeah, like I was saying, I like the visuals. I like the way it looks. Easier to make a trailer or a cinematic look cool, but even then sometimes people can fail, so you still got to give credit where credit is due, I think. Alright, now this is seeming familiar. The New World website has taken a massive dump with the 505 bad gateway. Ouch. Cinematics still take months to produce, exactly. Alright, so we're creating our character. That's always exciting. Email. Texture load in. Do we play a male or a female? I usually make my alt character a female, but since this is my main, I will make a male. So these look like some preset faces. Alright, he looks very debonair. Let's go with that. The hair... Is this Sean O'Malley? Or it's kind of Sideshow Bob-ish, I think, right? Sideshow Bob-ish. Like a monk? A monk with neon blue hair. Simper, we couldn't find Pride, so we chose Not. So if you guys want to play with us, we're on the Not server. Do you think that the game that Amazon Game Studios and Smilegate are co-publishing here in the West is going to be Lost Ark or something else? I do think it's going to be Lost Ark, and I think it's the right move for them. And by the way, please invite me. Haha. I'd love to go play the game when you guys bring it to the West. You know, sometimes I like to make funny-looking characters. Sometimes I like to make serious-looking characters. It depends on if I'm going to roleplay. I'm not really sure if this game is the best game for roleplaying yet. I haven't really attempted it yet. So maybe it's best that we make a role-playing guild. As you guys know, I love making role-playing guilds because if you remember, MMORPG has role-playing in the name, so we're all nerds already. It's okay. All right, I'm liking this suave haircut. I look like I came from. Do I look French or Danish? Like, what do you think? Well, actually, I have some Danes here. Do I look French or Danish? Do characters stay after the preview if you've bought it? I highly doubt it. But I can reach out for clarification. French. I knew Limboss was going to say French. Alright. Takes me way too long to make characters. You know, gray hair is not a bad idea. I could dig that. I'm a sucker for jet black. Maybe because I don't have it. What can I say? I'm into Greek Colombian women. AKA my girlfriend. Ooh, I'm digging that. Okay. Nice. That's like me with short hair. Nah, I'm just kidding. When I have short hair, it's just like straight. It's not cool like that, unfortunately. It's only curly and stuff whenever it's longer. That's like me when I wake up, basically. You know what? I like the hair too much in this game, actually. Which is kind of weird. It's like a weird thing to like. I actually think it looks pretty good. Like the textures on the hair looks pretty good. Okay, now I look like an anime character. Perfect. But like an anime character who's not over the top, you know? Alright, should we be like, we just turn 18 or 21? Or maybe we just like, trying different things, trying out maybe some different ideas. Bluebeard. Bluebeard. The famous pirate, Bluebeard. Man, that makes you look like 10 or 15 years older easily. Hair rendering is one of the hardest things to render in gaming, period. Like, from everyone who's ever told me about hair, animations, and how to render it in a video game, I've heard non-stop horror stories. Okay, I'm liking this. This looks like if I PK somebody, they're gonna be like, man, you know what? I'm glad that it was that guy. Just kidding, you can't. There's no criminal system anymore. Damn. They already took my name. Just kidding. Detective vibes, exactly. We had to make a detective character. I look like I'm about to solve a crime. For sure. So changes are these characters are not permanent, then and only last this week or whatever. Gotcha. Makes sense. Look like a tunnel snake from Fallout 3. A tunnel snake? Oh, is that a faction? Or something? Alright, let's make sure to allow that. Don't want to end the stream prematurely. Tunnel snakes rule. Yeah, definitely a group. Reminded me of the Divinity 2 opening. It kind of reminded me of that too. But it makes sense because the whole premise of New World is like, there's this new continent that hasn't really been explored. So it's like, imagine if there's like, and this is how it was pitched to me. So imagine there's like a new North America, basically. And it's just like out there on the map and it just hasn't been explored. But then like, it turns out that it kind of has been explored a couple of times by other people. And maybe some of those people didn't make it. And yeah, that's where it all gets interesting, right? Interesting. This is all new. I don't remember any of this. What happens if I just stand there? Sorry, I have to be this person. There it goes. Alright, I figured out which button it was. There is evil here. The priest called it corruption. I can feel it consuming me. I don't have much time. Take this, keep it safe. It is a crucial key to defeating the veritable army of corruption. Marshalling here. I thought it was marshalling here. Marshall, like I'm playing Darkfall. You'll need help. There are other people on the island. They battle for ages. See, there's kind of the premise right there. They've battled for ages against the tide of corruption. Find a settlement, make allies. You must stop the corruption before it escapes and consumes everything. So you could have asked me to put you out of the misery or your misery or something. All right. So we'll go ahead and do the tutorial. Why not? Learn how to play the game. So we're consuming some food, and now we're healing. Now we have a buff. Can I see? Yes, nice. So this feels much smoother than it was before. How I can kind of come in and out. I just press escape, and then I can move my mouse. I'm so trained to use Alt as a key. I think Alt is just a look around key. Okay, so Alt is your look around key. Cool. So yeah, Alt's my look around key. Obviously Shift for sprint, as they're saying on screen right now. And an escape, it opens up my UI. So it says provides slow health recovery, provides 1 additional point of constitution. So there's my mana. Mana replenishes over time, of course. Upgrade focus to increase your mana regeneration rate. Stamina. Stamina replenishes on its own over time unless you are sprinting or attacking. health. Upgrade Constitution to increase your maximum health. So let's see. Alright, well obviously they won't let me access probably any of this really yet because I'm in the prologue. So let's beat the prologue first. I definitely think that the combat has been improved for sure from what I've played before. And I'm streaming the game, so I'm sure your guys, if you're gonna test the game out, your performance will be better than mine, depending on your specs and all. In fact, I'm probably a good person to watch to see what your specs are gonna be like because I have a good PC, but not a god PC. All right, so tab is gonna be my equipment. Let's see. Equipment load while I'm under light. So this is very, this right here is very Conan Exiles, where depending on how much equipment you're wearing, allows you to either dodge or run faster. So I like this a lot, actually. As you can see here, for light armor, your dodge is a quick roll that covers a lot of distance. Light armor tends to be less protective. While wearing normal weight armor, your dodge is a quick hop. This offers a good balance between protection and mobility. While wearing heavy armor, your dodge is a slow sidestep. And obviously, heavy armor offers the best damage mitigation. So we have 5 armor slots, it looks like. And then we have some kind of slot down here, which I'm not really sure. I think that's maybe my bag or something. I can't remember. But so here's my ammo, my shield, my quick slots, which I unlock more once I level up more. That's good, of course. Unlock more weapon slots, up to 3 weapon slots, as we mentioned. And I think it's 3 abilities per. But it's changed because there is a talent tree, so we'll see. Alright, so they want me to escape the graveyard? Alright, let's get out of here. Probably run up here, right? So it looks like I can kind of scale things. Let's test some things out. Cool. I was just trying to see if I could hit someone from above them, looking down at them. So I like that. I have to kind of look down at them in order to kind of... Well, I fell off. He's about to kill me. See? Because that's like a slice. So I like that. The attacking feels definitely more directional than originally thought, I would say. Alright, so crouch. Alright, it wants me to get to higher ground? Where's my higher ground at? Wait, can he even... I was gonna say, can he even, like, pass this thing? Let's see. Nah. Okay. He found the path. Sometimes it's not good to always just, like, swing and swing. Because people, once you start fighting against players, will just obviously be ready to block you. And when you get blocked, you can get staggered. So this is me upgrading my sword. And I can either upgrade my shield ability, which is a shield bash, a stun for 2 seconds, which as a PvP player, this is like, if you're going to ask me which one would I take, I'm going to take this one 99 times out of 100. Just because a 2-second stun on a 25-second cooldown, why not, right? But since I don't really want to play with a sword, and a shield, I should say, I'm going to put points in Whirling Blade. Here's my 3 abilities. Cool. Now I have it.
Apathy is death. Apathy is death.
I'm assuming this is what they mean by the higher ground. So you can see that I took some damage here, and I won't fully heal right away. It takes me time to like fully heal, unless I just consume a drink, food, you know, or somebody heals me. It looks like the attacks have good impact. I think so too. See, people say this game doesn't look that pretty, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I have the settings on the highest settings in general, and I also have the best PC, but I think that the game looks pretty good. They know what they're doing visually, right? Is there magic abilities you mean tied to weapons, or do you mean like regarding magic itself? Because there is magic, but I haven't experienced any of it yet. I will though. In fact, I want to end up playing magic. Since I know this is going to be a big, you know, 50 versus 50 kind of battle type game, I want to play something like an AoE. So I'm going to play magic. Alright, so I have to descend into the grotto. And like something about like the over the shoulder is nice too. That is a little bit off center. This can look a little bit more cinematic, like if you're trying to really play things up. And I'm trying to think, what's my walk toggle? Is it spacebar? Yeah, it is spacebar. No, sorry, caps lock. Alright, I guess we're gonna descend into the grotto. Right into the spikes. Whoops. Uh-oh. Ow. Now you put some kind of like fire thing on me. That's new. Nice. I like the fire sword graphic. Definitely don't want to go blow for blow. So I'm gonna back up because my stamina is low. Oh, look at that. He can close the distance. That's cool. Alright, let's just... Alright, so we can block him. That's good. He keeps reapplying that fire thing on me. Alright, I'm gonna back away and eat some food. If I start to run, he like does that little cleave thing on me. He can still hit me from behind. I mean, I guess he has a pretty big sword. He has a huge telegraph on his weaker attacks, but short ones are his more dangerous attacks. I hate that. Yeah, you know, I don't know how I feel about that too, actually. That's a good point now that I think about it from like a fighting game perspective, that his faster frame attack, meaning the one that was faster milliseconds, you know, response time, was definitely the one where he would attack you from range. So seems like a kind of boss or a mob where you don't want to run from. You wonder what happens if I die there? I should have tested it. Do you have iframes on your dodge roll? I haven't felt it yet, but we will see. Now it straight up looks like Dark Souls. You know, I'm not the biggest Dark Souls player, so I'm probably not the person to go to talk about if something looks like Dark Souls, but I can say that it's very deliberate. I definitely could say that. Clearly, we're seeing it, you know? So this is me loading into the game. Into the actual like game world itself. So this is when I'm gonna see other players. I'm inside of a player named Red Jamie. Alright. So let's see what our settings are at. Field of view. Probably want a higher field of view. So with performance, I normally like to turn off shadows. I'm just not a big fan of them. I don't really think they help. Let's see. Water details, might put that on low depending on if it really helps with performance, terrain, post-processing. There are a lot of effects in this game, not nearly as much as Ashes of Creation. I think Ashes of Creation should take notes from a New World regarding their particle effects, but there are some particle effects, definitely. Lighting, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. So we should definitely get away from where everybody's spawning, because these are all players right here. This looks really cool. This definitely looks more like a massive game than I've ever experienced so far since testing the game. Like, seeing players run around like this makes the game feel way more massive, for sure. I'll see you around. Where are you at? Is this you? I just figured you would have some name like Bokeh. I'm pretty sure that means like the perfect shot, doesn't it? Alright, so you can gather things by walking around, just like a very typical kind of sandbox style experience, but where I think things are different is there is a quest line in this. So I can actually go, let's see. Is this the person I'm supposed to talk to? No, it's over here. There's actually like some quest lines in here. And I think this is really cool because originally, a lot of survival games just kind of drop you off in the middle of nowhere. And I can't say that this game was maybe even that different. Like, the footage has shown that early on, like when people would show the footage. But actually having some kind of quest line to come into and interact with is... It's the little things. But the new player experience is really important for retaining players. Alright, so I'm going to give them the box that I have, which gave me some experience, and I leveled up. This is the Watcher Reese, and it's his job to comb the beach. Cool. Comb away. Remember, when fighting the drowned, pick your battles. Don't let them gang up on you. Cool. Did he just give me a bow, or is he promising me a bow? I think he's promising me a bow, and I love bows, so I need that bow. Alright, so we just got an upgrade point. I want to do magic, but... So, the last time I was able to reset my abilities, it didn't cost me that much to reset my points, but I'm not entirely sure if it will. So, kind of apprehensive about putting my points into anything else besides maybe like focus or constitution. So I'm gonna throw some points into constitution. Constitution's always one of the best stats to dump into, for sure. Alright, so it wants us to kill drowned and investigate the shipwreck marked on the map. Yeah, you guys can feel free to add me, by the way. My name is Nerdslayer in game. Oh, wait. Not you. So, there's something about hit priority that I want to talk about with another mob. Let's go find a mob to practice on. I love to test out gameplay tips and kind of get the ins and out, really, when you're playing a game. In the early levels, even. Because maybe I don't have all the abilities, so I can't 100% like get the most accurate of experiences. Looks like somebody added me. Thanks, Bacon Knight. I love you. I love your avatar. So what I wanted to say is that certain abilities have what's called priority. So if he does a charge attack, if I swing on him, you see how he hits me back? It's because that's a power attack. That's a priority swing, as you would put it in a video game term. Which means, like, I shouldn't attack back when they jump. I should always block. But if they just want a normal swing, I can see that that's a power swing too. That's a power swing too. So it looks like this mob mainly has power swings, which means that anytime you see them swing, you pretty much always want to block. Seemingly. Again, all of this can be subject to change, and I'm sure it will change. Alright, we need to kill one more, so let's test this guy out first. In fact, let's eat real quick. No, you cannot do that. So a power attack interrupts another power attack. So if you time a power attack with another power attack, as you can see, you can interrupt. Watch. I'll time. I didn't do it in time. I suck. I did. See, he did a normal swing right there. He did do a normal swing right there. He just wasn't doing them earlier. So, see how I said things are subject to change. Alright, let's go investigate the shipwreck. Is it priority or super armor? It might be super armor. Pin 0. It could be super armor. But then again, does super armor get broken by other things? No. So then it can't be super armor. Because I'm strong attacking and I'm breaking it. So it makes me feel like primary. Oh, okay, in some games, I see. Yeah, in this game it doesn't seem that way. Alright, so I didn't really have to like explore it, so let's actually explore it. If we can. Nice. I like that I can actually like scale this thing. That was cool. Alright, it's kind of hard to get the scaling part down. And I feel like some things are harder to scale than others. Alright, so apparently I could scale that. When I wasn't even trying. Okay, there it goes. Dang it, I keep jumping over that. Alright, can I scale this? Yeah, see, not everything can be scaled. So one thing I do want to talk about is regarding movement in this game. So the last time I played this game, I was able to find movement tech. And movement tech is basically just like a technical skill you can learn regarding movement that could increase your ability. So I want to see if it still works. So what I'm going to be testing is your movement speed and your movement speed when you dodge or when you jump. So when you press spacebar, it dodges you. And then when you press forward, it jumps. Oh, hello. Right, so... Alright, I got another one. See, that didn't break his priority. Is that because I hit him too late or I didn't charge my attack enough? See, that one interrupted him. So it could still be a timing thing, ultimately. But here's what I'm talking about. So watch the distance it moves. When I just dodge, it takes me right there. And if I... One second. If I jump, it takes me there too. Now, look at the difference in stamina. That takes about half my bar. That actually takes more. So jumping, they figured it out. Somebody figured it out. Someone on the design team figured it out. They made the stamina cost more when you run jump. See, it costs a little bit more versus a dodge. It's subtle, but the reason why that matters is because before, the most optimal thing to do was to jump and kind of jump in place and then kind of jump in place, like you guys were seeing me doing when I was doing this. It still works here. Watch. Check this out. It still works with this. So I dodge. That's the movement, but sorry, I always forget you have to sprint. Alright, so here's what you can do with that. You see how it staggers you? Here, I'm running out of stamina. Check this out. When you roll off of a jump, it takes some of your stamina, probably half of your stamina, maybe because you're doing a roll as well as a jump. If you just jump, it staggers you. So, in order to not get staggered, you have to input another key right after. And I'm trying to remember what it was. Obviously, you can roll off of it. Like that, as a way to trick people. You could roll off of it, but that takes a lot of stamina. I'm trying to remember how I did it previously, where you could jump and then cancel the animation. So you don't lose as much stamina. And you can also gain more ground. So let me see if I can do it. Yeah, see, that's just a roll. Let's see if I can double jump. Yeah, see, that's just like a basic double roll jump. But I want a double jump where I'm not... See, look, there's some momentum shifting. Ooh, I like that. So I didn't feel that in this game before, but they've actually added a lot more momentum. So I want to showcase this. So you can actually dodge in this game. You realistically could dodge. And here's what I mean. When you have your weapon out, you don't notice it as much. I think the movement changes. But when you put the weapon away, watch the subtlety in the movement. You can actually stutter step. So you can actually stutter step a target. And you throw in a WASD, like a forward movement or a backward movement. You see how my movement becomes choppier and it's pretty quick now? These are ways that you kind of like hack movement when you're playing a game, like to maybe make yourself go faster or something. Like maybe make yourself harder to hit from ranged. You know, stuff like that. That's how you learn movement tech in a nutshell. It looks like they patched my little trick though. Basically, you just used to be able to jump, and not lose the stamina from doing it, and not get staggered. You could cancel the stagger. And it was a little trick I was using. So does it feel good or bad? I would say it feels much better than it has previously felt. And I definitely think that it feels better than it looks, for sure.
Apathy is death. Apathy is death.
Alright, let's go talk to Watcher Reese. Obviously, mind my performance. I'm in a large-ass area with a bunch of players on a test day. But the performance for me feels, you know, mostly fine so far. Oh. Alright, looks like I leveled up. Did he give me a... Whoops. He did give me a bow. Okay, let's swap that. Cool. I thought I had some arrows. I do, I just don't have them equipped. Oh no, that's just flint. Here are the arrows. You just double click, it seems like. Yeah, double click. Alright, now I have 5 arrows. So let's try some movement with the arrows. So you can prime arrows and then unprime them. You see how the movement thing I was talking about earlier, guys? You might have thought it was like a useless thing because I was only doing it when I was without a sword. But turns out you can do it while you're playing archery. Check this out. Ooh. Ooh. You notice that? You can throw in a shift, and it actually changes your dash, your sidewards movement. Changes the momentum of it, and it doesn't activate your stamina. See what I'm saying? So you could theoretically do a full dash if you can do it right, like that. It's not bad. That's pretty cool. How accurate do you have to be with the bow to hit? I guess let's go test it, huh? Only one way to find out. It wants me to gather wood from a bush, but let's go shoot things. I have a couple of arrows to spare. So you can't jump, like literally at all, when you have your bow out. No, you can. Ooh, okay. The cogs are turning now. Now I'm trying to think. So I could aim, jump, or aim. You see how when I jump to the side, it staggers me? I don't want it to stagger me. So I might need to change the direction that I'm moving. Let's see. You could dodge like that. That definitely uses a lot of your stamina, but that's a surefire way to get out of a bad situation. It's not the same though. It's not quite what I wanted. The time that you can pick up and drop your bow, though, is much faster than I or at least, sorry, I thought it would be. Intended would be, like, if I designed it, but it did not. Alright, so let's see how accurate we have to be with the bow. So here is me landing a shot, right? Now here's me missing a shot. Yeah, there's me landing a shot, barely. You can see I barely hit him in his shoulder. Alright, let's chill real quick. Hey guys. Let's So it looks like if you move pretty nicely, you can actually get behind some of the mobs when they're swinging at you as well. Yeah, we don't have any more arrows to wear, so, or rather to equip, so I think we're good for now. With playing with the bow, we'll have to gather. Speaking of gathering, that's probably what they're trying to get us to do right now for the quest. Maybe we should go listen to them. From when I tested it though, the arrow does have to be pretty accurate in order to land. So I would say obviously ultimately the game is going to have a soft hitbox, being the kind of game that it is. It does have some kind of stickiness to its combat, which tells me it does have some sort of like a looser hitbox than maybe like a fighting game would have, which is totally fine. But it definitely feels like there's something there, and there's enough nuance in the movement that it's actually getting me a lot more excited than I otherwise was. Just because with archery and stuff like that, I feel like I can bob and weave more than I maybe was able to previously and stuff. Alright, so let's go gather. Oh wait, he wants us to gather right here? Gather wood from a nearby bush. Oh, okay. For a skinning knife, you need wood. Alright, cool. Let's go get some wood. How am I gathering wood from a bush, though? That's what I'm confused about. I guess just like a little bit from like the stem or something. Alright. I have one wood. One large wood. Or so I hope. They wanted a skinning knife, right? Let me make sure. Let's like read the instructions in like the actual quest log for once. Okay. So we just I can set this as my active tool. Okay, cool. Let me press that. Let's see what that does. There you go. I made it. Let's put the sword away, because all these savages with their swords out. Does anybody roleplay here or what? Alright, looks like they have a boar infestation. What MMO would it be if you didn't kill some boars? Or they gave me a better sword? Nah, it's like the same. Interesting. Can you give me some arrows, please? My dude. Let's actually just make some arrows. Oh. Not rest. Let's see. I need wood and some feathers. And I always thought feathers were hard to find. We shall see. Alright. There's at least a couple of pieces of wood. Did I ever level up, by the way? I don't think I did. Speaking of which, are they going to show me the... Yes, they do. Cool. So you can actually click on the weapons, and it shows you like the different trees for them. So hatchet looks like it's actually something cool and interesting for me. Ooh, you can even do a throwing axe? Okay, yeah. I love throwing weapons for sure, so... Hatchet is definitely more exciting in that respect. Warhammer was always like a tried and true quality weapon. It's still going to be that. Looks like it's got a block breaker, which is amazing. Stop people from block spamming, which is going to happen a lot. has a knockback. That's good. The fire staff has a pillar of fire, and then has a flamethrower. So it looks like fire staff obviously being fire, but flame summoner meaning AoE. Yes. Okay. Flame summoner meaning AoE. Pyromaniac seeming like interesting. It actually doesn't even seem like single target damage. It seems kind of more like movement damage, which actually does seem kind of interesting to me. And then there's the life staff, which, as you can imagine, is probably going to be the healing staff. But then there's the life stealing staff, which also has me interested because I love necromancers just kind of because they're OP usually, or you can make them OP. Anyone who has the ability to control conditions and boons on somebody is a powerful class. So you can suck out some energy while increasing your mana. Cool. Love sucking. Super Siphon drastically improves the power of Siphon spell. Okay. Smite seems kind of boring. It's a damage ability, right? But that's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in some dots. I want to put some dots on some people. So it looks like we have some room to improve in the magic department. Maybe we can add like a death staff or some kind of necromancy staff, something that's like not just like the placeable AoEs, maybe something that's like some dots, but I like dot specs, so I could just be biased and want a dot spec. Maybe the people who've tested this game otherwise don't want one, and maybe you guys don't want one, but I like dot specs. All right, so with the musket, we have the sharpshooter, which has a power shot. This looks like a sniper class. Of course, you know, awesome classes in general. Play dead. Oof, you guys know I love using classes or like abilities on a class that are like flavor and then offer a lot of like interesting scenarios. Playing dead is one of those for sure. Let's see what we have. Shooter stance enters a aiming stance. Yeah, this is definitely a sniper. This is like a sniper from SWTOR mixed with a hunter from WoW. And then we have trapper. Trap, set a trap that immobilizes targets. Cool. Always need a trapper. Looks like you have the ability to scout better or effectively. Sticky bomb. Nice. Ooh, I love sticky bombs actually. So a trapper. I think the musket looks like it's actually pretty interesting. I'm usually a bow loyalist, especially with how crispy the movement is feeling with the bow. But we'll have to see. I need to try out the musket at least. And I also said I wanted to try out magic, so let's try out all the weapons. Why not, right? Oh wait, we were gonna look for some feathers. I remember feathers being kind of annoying to find, and considering I haven't seen any feathers yet, that might be true. Hatchet was super fun. Good. Yeah, I love throwing stuff, man. I do. So we can put my points into strength for my melee damage, which is probably what I should do right now. Oh, so we have free respecs right now. Okay, well, with free respec, then I'll just put my points into where I should put them. Things like strength, constitution, focus for right now. But maybe if I want to play with the bow more, I can put some points into dex. But right now, let's focus on just playing with the sword. That took some stamina to block. Alright, so we're skinning our first mob. Don't worry, Detective Nerdslayer's on the case. See, I like the movement and the animations with the movement is much improved. And here's what I mean. Like, I'm very critical of moving animations because it's something you have to look at a lot, especially in an MMO, right? So, like, sometimes when people move side to side, and then you move forward, you don't see any change in direction with their legs or their body. And here you can actually see the character has to make the full movements. And what I also notice is when you press shift, the character actually has to physically break into a sprint, which means that there's momentum in the game. I'm gonna just randomly skin this dead white hare, which I don't recommend in real life, by the way. But let's just pretend a player just killed it. But yeah, it actually has momentum when you actually can tap shift. Look at that. So sprinting does not take any stamina. So this isn't an exploit, luckily. Otherwise it would be. Let's go listen to the quest a little bit more. Because I think it's trying to give us some like basic items, so we might as well listen to it for a while. Let me know when you make the company. Okay, I will. Yeah, obviously we can have all the logistical shenanigans and the officer talks later tonight. And I think I'll plan on having a stream, because I think this is ongoing for the next couple of days for us, Huel. Is that true? Or is it just the week? Can somebody confirm that? That way I can accurately give you guys the information too. Lag detected. Uh-oh. You guys saw that? I just rubber banded back up there. September 4th for you. Okay. And so you just pre-ordered Daedalus? So check this out. They want us to read this. Cool. Now we need to hunt a boar. Which we kind of already did, but it's all good. We were just getting, like, practice to hunt a boar. You know, it's just like practice to hunt a boar. That way we can hunt boars more effectively. See, like a big hit like that takes a lot of your stamina, so it's honestly, just like in real life, better to move than to block. Look at that. See that? It like staggered me right there because I didn't block. So it's better to block than to get hit, of course, but yeah. Okay, so Baconite is saying that it's to the 4th of September, and that was as a freely invited player, somebody who didn't pre-order, so that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear it's not just like paid people or anything like that. Not that I would have, you know, qualified because I've got my copy given to me. Alright, it wants me to cook a light okay, let's put our weapon away. What are we, a savage? Oh, also we need to make food. We're really slumming it. This is what happens when I don't play with players like Baconite. I just go, I starve and never have any arrows to shoot, and yeah, I need people who can gather and do other things besides kill stuff. Hey Sam, how's it going? I'm on the Crone, or not server? I almost called it the Crone server because he's one of my favorite Jujutsu competitors, but no, the the Crone server. The Crone Gracie server, no, the not server. Well, so it was free for those who were invited. If you weren't invited, it means you have to pre-order. But considering if you just signed up before a certain point, just about everybody got in. They took the Warhammer's ability to knock things back, but it did knock someone back when they were mid-heavy attack. Yeah, so I didn't want to say it, but the Warhammer was something that Simper and I were saying was broken. So, if that's true, then we shall see. All right, let's cook this. Hey, speaking of food, it realizes that we need to make food. This is a really good tutorial so far. Amazon, if you guys are listening, you guys get a great job with the new player experience. Like, I like how it takes you through the prologue, and you know it's on rails there. But then once it goes to the other kind of like the world zone, it's more free form. But players can still do the quest if they want to. Learn how to craft, learn how to fight, learn how to level their characters and everything. It seems like it's adequately teaching us everything we need. I like that so far. This is one of the best new player experiences I've experienced in a survival style game, but that makes sense considering it's intending to be an MMO, which is different. That guy went with the pink hair, which we thought about the blue hair, but we decided against it. Was too OP. First time catching the stream, you look as chill as you sound. Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. I either always look stoned or always look like I'm half asleep. And I usually tell people both could possibly be true, but generally speaking, I just look this way. It's called genetics. The bags under my eyes come from the moreno part of my blood.
Apathy is death.
Apathy is death.
What's the weird feeling of hope and excitement for an MMO? Or what is this weird feeling of hope and excitement for an MMO? Oh no, you have hope and excitement? Time for me to dash all of that. He has to stay here, of course. How convenient of an NPC, right? They always stay here while we go and do all the work. Alright, we're gonna go get our hammer, and then it's MC Hammer time. Speaking of which, we didn't equip our gear yet, did we? Oh yeah, we did. We didn't get a chest piece yet, we just got pants. Hey, wait a minute. Nice, we got a life staff? Someone dropped it on the ground. Hey, can one of y'all drop a flame staff? Hey, one of y'all sitting over here at Watcher Reese, can one of y'all drop a flame staff? Thanks, buds. Since someone like randomly just like dropped shit on the ground. Is the voice all jumpy and horrible for anyone else? I hope not. Oops. How do I open that screen back up? Where I was like looking at what was on the ground. That was actually like pretty helpful. Alright, let's equip this. See what it does. Okay. So is that a heal or? Yeah, it's a heal. You see that? Yeah, let's go like find somebody like to heal randomly. Let's go be a good person randomly, like for no reason. Maybe it does damage. Looks like it. Yeah, it does do damage. It's like frost damage or some shit. You don't have a lot of movement options with the staff, which makes me think that you might have to start early on in your cycle as playing a mage, expecting to switch weapons or to unequip your weapon. And here's what I mean. When I have this staff, look how my movement is slow. I can still run, but once I start attacking, it slows me down like so much. So if I'm really slow, sometimes it might be better for me to just like switch to another weapon, since I don't have another weapon slot yet. Like, look at this. Like, if I get rushed by these mobs, I can't just sit here and spam on them, because they'll just... I think they'll eventually kill me. I mean, maybe I can just spam on them, but, like, against a good mob, this is not a good strategy. Yeah, it has a dash, but the dash is going to make me run out of, stamina really quickly. I guess it just your movement speed is so slow when you fire compared to a bow. I don't see how a staff user with their auto attack could ever beat a bow user with their auto attack. I don't think it's ever possible, which maybe that's okay actually. Maybe there's no problem with that. Just saying. All right. Let's get this sword. Oh, okay. He wants to beat me up. Okay, so I found something I can teach you guys as well that might be helpful. Let's first make sure to eat some food so we get that buff. And we heal up real quick. So there's something called resetting your auto attack, because auto attacks are based on speeds, which means if you can auto attack a certain amount of times within a second, right? Like, so if my attack speed is 0.66 in a second, means I can attack 0.66 times in a second. So a lot of the time what you do in games that allow you to reset your auto attacks is you want to make sure to attack at the correct opportunities. Oh, this guy's killing all my targets. Let me go find a different... Ooh, this is like a hard mob. This is like a perfect character. Ah, 2 attacks. So the level 6 mobs have 2 attacks. I'm just glad that their heavy attacks don't home into you like that one boss attack. See how much stamina it takes whenever you block a heavy attack? It's not feasible to continue to block heavy attacks. Alright, we just looted another life staff and something. What was that? Oh, for a gun. Alright, I was gonna show you guys priority attack. I remember now. Hey, I interrupted him that time with just a regular swing. You see that? What if you just attack right when they're about to heavy swing you? Let's see. Nope, didn't stop him that time. I have to figure that out. That's important. Alright, so let's go. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about resetting your auto attack. So you're gonna attack, use your ability, attack, attack again. So that's 3 hits right there, and then I could back away and either wait for my ability to come back up if I was gonna play like safe, or reassess the battle basically. Cool. Hey, what's up? Oh, you're about to attack me. I'm so used to getting PvP'd. So you can increase all weapon backstab damage. Ah, that's interesting. So you can do more damage from behind. Reverse stab, I don't remember my opinion about that one. Leap strikes are always nice. That's always a good way to finish somebody. Reduce the cooldown of Whirling Blade. Increase sword damage across the board. After a block, the next damage. Yeah, so this might not be bad, but I think this is better overall with the amount of times you're going to swing. Let's try this out, just for the ability's sake. Okay, so let's see if we can chain these abilities together. Why is it so dark? Let me try and turn the brightness up for you guys. Oh boy. He doesn't want me to. Hey, did you see that? He just dodged. Nice. See, he interrupted my ability that time still. So, heavy abilities are definitely the most important way to get interrupts on people. Where was I at? Yeah, it's weird. I'm not seeing a brightness slider. I think the game just runs dark then. I notice sometimes whenever I stream, I can't necessarily make it easier for you guys to see based on brightness for some games, even though I want to. Nighttime is just dark. I prefer very dark nights, but I guess if I'm trying to stream, I would prefer not to show my stream that. I'd make it a little bit lighter, just so it's easier to watch. Alright, so it wants us to search the crates. Let's go.
Apathy is death.
We're done checking out. Well, actually, no, there is one thing I do want to test. Hey, that's the sound of gunfire. That sounded cool from the distance. I wanted to see if you can chain abilities together or reset your ability auto attacks in chains. And here's what I mean. So, I'm gonna let him attack first. Yeah, so that's the way that you're gonna burst somebody down. You always want to make sure to get an auto attack in there to maximize your DPS, but it seems like the best rotation is auto attack Q, auto attack R, auto attack. That's the most damage. Aoden TV. I know Aoden. You used to play Guild Wars. I know you. That's hilarious. Crazy to see you playing this game too. Yeah, see, that's the move. And I'm thinking about it. What does my E even do? Is that my interact key? Yeah, it is. Okay, I was gonna say, I honestly, what does my F do? Let's see what my F does. Because I think I might switch those keys, personally. F does weapon ability 3. You know what? I'm gonna change that. I'm actually gonna make my interact key. Where is it? I'm blind. Navigation. Why don't I see the interact key? Like, am I really just completely blind or some shit? Hey, you can ping. Middle mouse button is ping. The ping wheel is holding the middle mouse button, apparently. I didn't know that. Toggle PvP is your U key. Emotes are on the P. You have push to talk. Here it is. Interact. I am blind. Alright, so I'm thinking I'm gonna do... No, they don't let you change it? There it goes. No, 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 no. Why did I just rebind that? No. They won't let you change your interact key. Feels bad. Alright, let's bind this. Give up to like something way over here, please. Yeah, it's unfortunate that you can't change your interact key. But that's just a small complaint. Something that wouldn't be hard to fix either. I just personally I like to use Q and E. They're really good real estate on your keyboard, you know, because basically on your keyboard you have your Q and E right here, right? Your WASD, where you're going to be resting your hands to move, is right here. So all it takes is just moving your fingers up literally 2 spots, and you have 2 keys that you can also shift modify, which become 4 keys. So QE are like god tier keys, and we're talking about real estate on your keyboard. So I'm not just being pedantic, they're actually keys that you really, really want to be using all the time. So I don't want to have to use my E for interacting if it's non-combat, when I could use F for interacting and switch it to E, when F to me requires me to take my finger and move it to the side versus move it up while I'm still moving. It's a slight complaint. Alright, he has a fire staff. Or she. Astana. Whatever you prefer. I see no reason or point to restricting play. Yeah, I don't either, but maybe there is an argument. Alright. I like that I can kind of run around and they don't make you run out of stamina anymore so easily. Especially if the game's going to be so big, it doesn't make sense. What is this right here? Eggs? Oh, you good there, buddy? Can you not come over here? Or are you allowed to come over here? Because some mobs in some games have like areas they're not supposed to go. He does a pretty good job of following me. But you definitely can't come up here. You can melee with your... That's funny. So when you shoot your bow, it stops you from moving. Watch. I'm gonna be moving. See how it stops you? So you have to take that in consideration. You can't keep moving after. You have to get ready to actually land your shot like that. We'll need more arrows, but I like the archery so far way more than I like the staff, the magic staff. As it stands, I'll be honest, I don't think I'll play the staff. Just because I'm not really somebody who's so interested in something being so ability-centric. I'd like to play something that's more aim-based, if I'm being honest. Pussy Archer, exactly. How's it going, Ludens? Interesting. Can I jump attack? No, you can't. Can I jump block? Let's see. Nope. You see how it staggers you when you jump? That's why it's not the best thing to do for movement options anymore. See, sometimes you can roll like that and not lose the stamina. And I don't know how to keep it consistent. Nah, I definitely took the stamina that time. He's like, I'm tired of chasing this guy. he just like started beating this guy up. So abilities are queued. So if you guys want to listen to my advice, never queue 2 abilities back to back because it's literally just going to lock your character in place. Always put an auto attack in between them, that way you can keep moving. See how even if I look that way, I still fire the other way? Alright, wants us to go check the crates out. That global chat is the true experience of an MMO. Yeah, you guys want to read what they're saying? It's cute. You Americans think you have any say in your election. I killed a turkey. I'm so immersed. There are so many campfires. Ha ha ha. Someone talking about Russian stuff. Someone talking about Putin. Yeah, it's a typical MMO chat. Alright, where am I? Oh no. Probably those crates, now that I'm thinking about it. Or these crates? Oh boy, I just pulled like 100 mobs. Alright, this will be cool. Oh yeah. X. These crates. Okay, it's probably the crates that are maybe right here. Yeah, there we go. Maybe this. Cool. Where's the other one at? Oh, they're gonna be around here. All right, that is one right there, the shiny one with the torch. Look at the fire effects. I like the fire effects. Whoa. Calm down there, buddy. You guys see how crisp the movement is when you don't have your weapon out? I kind of wish they could make the combat maybe more like when you don't have your weapon out in terms of like the movement. I understand that would make the game too fast ultimately, which would bring problems with latency and stuff like that. So it's not really conceivable for them to change it to that. But just saying, you know. Because when you don't have your weapon out, you feel so fast and like... Don't get me wrong, the combat is definitely a lot more responsive than it was before. And I actually like it. Like, I think it's a marked improvement. But what I'm saying is when I put this weapon away, boy, look at that. Ooh, I got happy feet. I'm quick. Alright, he hit me that time. Hey, I'm trying to show off here. Let's try not dodging. Let's just try moving around. Yeah, see, like, you can dodge by literally just moving around. Alright, let's go get our crate. Speaking of which, where is our crate? Can we, like, get the same crate? No, we can't. Good to know. Where is it? Over here? Yeah, here we go. See how I got interrupted right there? You have to be pretty careful when using your abilities, guys, because, like, even mobs can interrupt your abilities with power attacks. And imagine, like, a mob is nothing compared to, like, a player. A player is definitely going to interrupt that stuff. While he's looking at me dumbfounded, I'll just loot this real quick. Oh. Yeah, I'm out. Cool, somebody's firing a firearm over there. Now we're at the Temperance, which is this little kind of island little thing right here. Check it out. We already have some forts on the map. Was that a fort right there that I just saw? It looked like a player fort. I couldn't tell. Let me see. Let's like get away from this guy. Actually, let's just kill this guy. Oh, you're stuck against the wall. The cardinal sin in an action game. Everybody knows you can't get stuck in the corner in a fighting game or in an action game. Let's see. Flat bow. So this one's better than the other bow I was using. What about this? No. Got some hardtack. Alright. So you want to attack? Attack. There you go. Thanks, dude. I'll just keep looting these caches because they give you stuff, so why not? I'm getting a lot of ammo from these, which is making me think, like, is it just a lot more feasible, like, economically, or in terms of, like, availability to use a gun? Is that just, like, chance? Alright, cool. It wants me to search a crate near Huang's hammer. Oh man, isn't that pretty personal? It could be Huang's personal, like, crate. Where maybe he, I don't know, just likes to hang out and talk about his hammer. Oh, okay, as a place, gotcha. There's not a guy named Huang who has a hammer. And not the object. Yeah, this seems like a crate area. A cratey area, right? Where would you put a crate? Yeah, there's a crate right there. That's not it, though. What seems like a cratey looking area? Maybe inside here? Or inside the ship or something? Hey! You're only supposed to attack me when I'm looking at you. Don't you know, like, the script and how movies are? These look like some crates. I wonder if these have already been searched. And I just have to keep looking for them. Ah, he doubled up that time. Usually they don't double up. I feel like he did a double dodge right there. Whoa. I saw arrows and I got excited. I usually don't take donations from the audience in game, but if you guys can donate me some feathers, I will take all feather donations. And your Twitch Prime subscriptions if you haven't used them already. But that's an ad. I mean, seriously, you can give me your feathers, please. I want to make arrows. Because I don't need flint, man. There's flint everywhere. Did I interrupt myself? Apparently I did. Apparently you can. Alright, let's see where this crate's at. We're going on a mission to search for the crate now. Saving private crate, maybe? Did you just invite me? Yeah. You know where the crate is? No, dude, you're so far away. How did you even get over there? Did you just literally start running? Is that where you want to live? Is in Windsward? Wow, the map looks very detailed. We haven't really even looked at the map yet, so let's check out the map. So here we have settlements, right? Each map has a settlement, has a fort. Forts are fought over and controlled by players. Players can build in areas and then choose, you know, which settlement they want to defend, which faction they want to join, all that kind of stuff. Each settlement, I believe, has every faction. I'm not entirely sure in terms of like which factions you can join and which factions are available, but view tax info. Let me see. Oh yeah, Windsward Hamlet. Okay, let me see what the tax info is over there where you're at right now. 5%. That's why you want to go there. So you don't have to pay taxes. I'm just kidding. Some Joe Rogan shit going on. I'm happy to have Joe Rogan come into Texas, by the way. Welcome to Texas. You can't run, bro. You're stuck in here with me now. Yeah, exactly. He looked at that Spotify money and was like, nope, state taxes. Oh wait, the crate was probably in there. We never even looked. Too busy killing. We've like just been leveling from mainly killing, which is funny. But hey, I guess that means I enjoy the gameplay, right? Yeah, where are all the birds? Right? I need the birds. Oh wait, did I just... Okay, cool. I'm glad that doesn't cancel what you loot. Right? Right, guys? Okay, yeah. Good. I definitely think having a faster run speed when you don't have your weapon equipped would make sense. Survival games usually do that, like DayZ and stuff. Whoa. So far, I'm not really noticing any problems with the AI, and I think for early level mobs, these are adequately challenged AI. So like, I think the worst of players might die or get hit a couple of times and maybe get low and have to run. But I don't really think you're going to have a lot of players that are just straight up getting killed all the time by these mobs, right? So they're good mobs to train on. How the mobs will be in the later zones will remain to be seen. But you guys will have to tune in tomorrow to watch the stream to see if we get further. Because I'm going to keep going for a few more hours here. But we'll see how much we have in us. I'm thinking at least a couple hours more. I'm definitely going to be playing tonight. More, that's for sure, after I take a break. But, alright, we have weapon mastery. Let's upgrade some more stuff. Alright, leaping strike. Might as well, right? We have our final ability. Cool. That's leaping strike. There's going to be some movement tech, I'm assuming, there, in some ways. Alright, cool. Let's go investigate the cave. We're questing. The movement and performance is so much better, for sure. Did we pick a starting area and I just whiffed that at the start? I don't think so. Maybe it does just literally spawn you in different places. I know that the faction that we're gonna join is Syndicate, just because they seem to be like one of the least popular. And you know me, I love playing the least popular shit. The old starting area was cooler. I can agree and disagree. I agree in the sense that obviously it looked cooler, had more going on. I disagree in the sense that then it just felt like everyone's there, and it feels kind of plasticky. I like that this makes players want to go out and explore more, instead of being stuck in like a beginner zone. There is a position I might get promoted to in Dallas. That's pretty cool. Dallas ain't terribly far from me, so it'd be nice to play D&D sometime. Alright, so I need to go into the cave, I think is what it's saying. Just kidding, don't attack me. Nice, dude. Here, you do that and I'll search this. You do that PvE and stuff and I'll do the stealing the node stuff like this. Is that one right there? Here we go. Nodonomics. Did I test the gun yet? I have not tested the gun, but I think they were supposed to give me a gun soon. Ooh, I got some arrows. Is that 11 arrows? Or 2? Am I blind? Which could also be true, to be honest. Oh, whoops. Oh, let's mess around with the hammer. Thing's huge. Oh yeah. The hammer feels different for sure. Feels hammery. Feels actually like pretty heavy. I bonked him on the head. Ooh, he didn't like that one. So he can stagger me too, so I have to be careful, but I can charge this as long as he doesn't attack me. See, I broke that, and then I can follow it up with another swing. Yeah, hammer still seems pretty strong for PvE, for sure. I keep pressing O on accident. I'm trying to press I. Sorry, I'm blind. Not that I'm looking, but you get my point. Alright, let's test some archery. Grinding with archery is going to be so easy, just because it seems like the mobs, I love that the game allows you to use the terrain in some ways, but the problem with that is that there's definitely ways that you can use the terrain to your advantage to kill a mob. Okay, definitely not like that, but let's see, can I get up on these boxes, for example? Ooh, look at that. Good old-fashioned. I'm always good at like finding this kind of weird shit. But this is pretty normal. Usually when you look past a texture, you can see kind of inside the texture. Sorry, Amazon. Alright, that wasn't in the noggin? Hey, wait, can you not kill me real quick? I'm trying to equip my arrows. Alright, cool, thanks. What? That one was right in his brain! Did anyone see that? Alright, that one definitely hit you in the brain. Had to give it to him. Had to slap him. I have to say, you see how slow he looks in comparison to me with movement? Like, watch. I'm gonna like PvE next to this guy so you guys can see the speed comparison. See, he didn't even move at all. He did a lot of damage, but he didn't move at all. Which just, maybe it's just a preference thing, but I don't like classes that I can't really move with. I'm leading too much. He's not that happy to see me. Oh wait, what's my melee button again? I keep forgetting. Wait, how come sometimes it melees, sometimes it doesn't? Is it because I have no ammo? Oh, I think you can't even melee with your bow when you have no ammo. Okay. That's good to know. Alright, let's look for one more crate. Getting a mob up against the wall seems to be the most effective way to kill it, though. Man, that's a lot of ammo. I have like 49 bullets and like no arrows, so I guess it's time for me to get a gun for sure. Let's go talk to Walker. Or Walker, Texas Reese. Watcher Reese. The sense of scale of the world is definitely pretty large. Like, as you can see, Baconite is like 2.5 clicks just about away from me. And as you can see me slowly run towards him, he's pretty far away from me. And for reference, he's only that far away. So the scale of the game certainly looks like it's definitely up there in terms of massive. More than maybe it might seem at first glance. Seems like people just kind of randomly spawned here. And you spawned over there, and I guess people have spawned in different areas. Maybe to kind of help with performance and stuff like that, which is actually a really good idea. No reason that a starter zone needs to be just one zone, right? Alright, so he gave me a duelist shirt, which I will equip, because it's tier 2, so it's better than what I had or whatever. But, no gun yet. So. Alright, it wants me to go meet Magister Clark, and he's at the actual hamlet itself. Let's see if we can make a gun, though. Not yet. We'll have to loot one or buy one. New World is out. This is the preview / beta event. I remember hearing there were changes to when you could PvP and what players could build. Could anyone clarify or send me a link to the article? I believe they have a video that outlines the major changes, but I don't remember what the video is called, if I'm being honest. Camp tier 1, okay. Let's go to the hamlet. That's definitely, we should make it a point to go there. But I do want to make some damn storms aplenty. I did want to make some arrows. Let's see. I still don't have damn feathers. Time to find birds. Nah, I'm just gonna run to the hamlet. They probably are selling them there, I would assume. I think it's on their main channel though, Ulysses. And it was with one of their main game directors. He talked about them switching the focus from a PvP-centric game that had a criminal system to basically a 3-faction toggle system. A 3-faction toggle system is how it would be best described. But where this is different than maybe the typical faction-based game is that it actually gives you the ability to create your own company within the faction, and you can actually take land and all that fun sandbox stuff. The game, I like that they went with like some different looking flora, fauna kind of things. Like at where I'm from in the south, we don't have these kinds of colors in our trees. Sounds like a very sudden shift in direction. Oh, have you not followed the story? Yeah, you have to follow the story then, Pin0. It's they kind of within the span of a couple of months after going kind of dark in terms of comms, they it kind of went dark in the comms for a while, like regarding the game, and then all of a sudden they came out and kind of said, look, the criminal system has been a problem, so we wanted to change things up, and this was the best solution they came up with in the time frame, which I think actually is a good solution. Do I think it's the best solution? Arguable, but it is a good solution, and probably their best solution. So, especially if you're talking about time, money, all that kind of business stuff that's kind of boring for some people. We will meet up once you have chosen a faction. You can make the company. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm actually headed to the hamlet right now. I don't remember if you need money to even make a company. Do you? Must be in a faction. Okay, so we need to declare our faction first. I see, that's why you said that. One thing is for sure, although maybe your star like 1v1 players, like, myself, someone who likes to PvP, might not be attracted to playing Magic as much. I can say from my first experience with it, and I love Magic in every MMO, pretty much. But archery feels like it's up there in terms of like high skill ceilings, and I haven't tried any of the gun stuff yet. But sword feels pretty quick too. I bet you the one-handed axe probably feels better than the sword even. So, I think that there's a lot of potential in this game to have good PvP, and it's kind of gonna need good PvP in order to really like function, because like as it stands right now, that's a big part of the game is the PvP. I'll also, of course, if you guys see any lag, textures loading, beta, preview event, all that good stuff. My PC, I'm streaming. I just had to add all the caveats because I know some of my friends aren't lagging at all when they're playing this game right now. Well, this looks like I was gonna say, it looks like his texture wasn't fully loaded. Trader's Market. Talk to Trader Tucket. Alright, we'll do that. Can we go up this side? We're kind of looking like an adventurer now, don't you think? Slightly. You can tell the tearing in the textures from when I have it on lower settings too. Barely. But I think the textures are really good, especially for mid, high-end, and low-end PCs. Like, I think it's actually pretty good throughout, graphically, I would say. I don't mind the graphics. I know some people aren't the biggest fan of it, but... Yeah, the game engine runs in... Or sorry, the game runs in the Lumberyard engine, which used to be Crytek engine. It's Amazon's proprietary engine now. Alright, it wants me to open the trading post. See, look, you need rank 15 standing with this settlement in order to unlock house ownership. I like that. It makes people actually care about impacting the environment, even if it's just a small little environment. I really think if this game adds enough time sinks and money sinks that they could really have a good core idea here. The idea of building settlements, and that's really what New World seems like it should be about, right? Like building settlements and then essentially warring over the resources and battling amongst the different factions, right? Alright, so it wants me to open the trading post. Where's the trading post? It's this thing right here. So this is basically like a an auction house, right? We got some arrows here. We have a little bit of coinage. How many arrows? Nice. Iron arrows for the same price as flint arrows? Man, it's a great deal. It's almost like none of this shit's gonna be here after this is wiped. So people don't care about the market as much. Should we buy a fire staff to try it a little bit? You know what? I'll let you guys find somebody else who is interested in trying the fire staff, or try it yourself. So I'll stick to archery, because archery just feels like the most fun I'm having so far. The melee weapons feel fun, and definitely you're gonna need a melee weapon as an archer as a secondary. But archery as a main at the moment seems kind of where I want to be at right now. Let's go ahead and spend all my money on arrows. Why not? Completed. Looks like you automatically get your items whenever you purchase them. So that's good to know. Boom. Ooh, we didn't purchase a gun, guys. Dang it. We're gonna get a gun. A musket. Oh, there isn't any. Nope, there is one. Someone's selling it for like 124. All right, let's go grind then. We'll make that money real quick. It looks good, but more importantly, the game looks stable. I would agree. Okay, it gave me... Oh, so that was a bag. I was talking about earlier. That's a bag slot. Gives you extra encumbrance. Is that people firing out there, or is that someone crafting? Someone's going ham out there. Let's go find where the factions are at. See, what I would love, and I think this is an easy addition for them to have in this game, is that some of these shops be player-made shops too. And maybe players can even profit off of them. You could steal that idea from Albion. Not that they're the first ones to ever invent it, but they're the most popular ones to use it in the past couple of years, probably. Alright, let's go see what it wants us to do. Oh no, I remember now. I was looking for the factions. That's what I'm looking for. Let's go look for the factions. Because I see people in factions right here. You see this thing on their head? This person's in a faction. How do I inspect you? Let's see. Players nearby. You can look down here at the players nearby and it actually lets you like highlight over them. But I'm not quite sure how you like look at somebody's profile. There used to be a button and I can't remember it. I keep doing tilde key because I think I'm playing Galaxies, but I'm not. Middle mouse button, it pinged me. Or it pinged that guy. Here we go. I love that they came up with a ping system in this. This is a great idea. You can even look at your ping and cancel it. I like that too. It's the little things. Alright, so where are the factions at? Do you know where the factions are at? Oh, wait. It's a green looking bird. Green looking bird, that's the trade shop. This must be the inn, right? Because it looks like an inn. Let me see. So, do I need to like walk over here to talk to you? Or is this where I log out? Was it like stanky over there? Somebody got some loud. What's going on? The most important question is, does New World have chat bubbles? That's a good question. Let's look. I'm not seeing anything. You gotta do the intro quest for each faction before you can choose. Okay, so is that just part of the normal quest run? Should I just keep questing then? We can do that, we can just keep questing. And here is the storage shed. Cool. So this is like basically where you live out of if you don't have a settlement to live out of. Like a clan settlement or whatever, I'm assuming, right? You live out of an NPC kind of settlement. Which is something that I wish would be more explored in these games, is like, I know we have this desire to push players more and more towards go out, create your own settlements, and then have a settlement there. But the problem is that players, just simply speaking, aren't as good as enforcing societal rules in the same way that the NPCs can be, right? Because you can design them to do that. So I think that there has to be some level of... you have to combine the ideas. Combine the idea of creating a settlement with players and the creativity of the players, but allow the NPCs to also be there to facilitate the growth, to help with things like trading, the economy, maybe guarding, help you protect against people, right? You mean players make shit-looking cities? No, no, I think players, like, yes, of course, I'm sure some cities don't look that great, but I think it's more that players don't do the best job at creating the exact environment you would need to have a good environment for either a new player, a certain kind of role player, like not a role player as in role-playing game, but as in a role player as in you play a certain role. And I just think that NPCs are a better, easier way to get people to work together. Because you don't have to think, oh, all these guys that are on my faction team, these are players. If you're teaming with a bunch of NPCs, you don't maybe necessarily feel as bad if they kind of die, or if you train on some NPCs. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that you would do to an NPC that maybe you wouldn't do as much to a player, and there's also certain things that you can learn from an NPC that you could learn from a player, but very likely oftentimes is going to be more difficult to learn because players are unpredictable. They do a bunch of different things, whereas you can design an AI to do something exactly. So you can tell it, you're going to make the same caravan trade run X amount of times at X amount of time, blah, 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 blah. So then people always know there's some level of normalcy in the city and settlement. And I think that the normalcy part of everyday life that happens doesn't really happen in guild settlements that often. And I'm not trying to blame guilds for it or blame players. I'm just trying to say that the players don't have the tools, and the system itself doesn't support that as naturally as it could. So if it doesn't, you can kind of cheat the system a little bit and make your NPCs kind of fill those gaps, is basically what I'm saying. Okay, let's put some stuff in here. Actually, I'll put an extra bow in there. Actually, that one's better than mine. You never know. Here am I thinking I'm gonna lose my loot, but I probably won't, right? But you never know when I need this stuff. Maybe I'll give it to a teammate or something. Yeah, the other stuff I'll probably sell. For like the pennies that you get. Nah, it's more than pennies. Ah, someone already claimed a settlement. Look at that. Windsward was claimed by... What faction is that? Sorry, I'm blind. I don't know how like the factions look by the icons. Green is green. Is that us? Wait, is green us? Is green Syndicate? Let me check. No, I think green is the Covenant. Dang it. Why isn't there like an easy thing that just shows you all the different factions? Like here's the clan that only has 1 to 5 members, and they already managed to claim an area, but I can't see what faction they actually come from. That's kind of strange to me. So this is like, obviously it's a company. We know it's a company, but what's their faction? Click the fort, it will show you. Okay, let me do that. Whoops, that's not the fort. Here goes. Marauders. Okay, good to know. Thanks, Big Knight. No, you are right. You click the fort and it tells you right here. It says governed by Zunlai of the Rising Sun, controlled by Marauders. Territory influence. See? Territory influence is a measure of faction's control of a territory. By completing PvP faction missions, you contribute to your faction's territory influence. Attacking factions that reach 100% territory influence enables a declaration of war. Oh, so if you attack Windsward right now, it's not just like PvP, it means you're attacking Windsward, controlled by the Marauders. I see. And then they tell you their siege window. It's actually in like 2 hours. They probably won't be able to declare on them already. Just for like the fun. Yeah, so we already have a territory claimed, boys. First territory claimed on the server by the Marauders, so we need to catch up. Syndicate needs to catch up. Purple is Syndicate? Okay, gotcha. Hey, Baconite. I was wondering, is someone dancing in front of me so they can be on the screen? Like whenever I zoom into him, I can literally see your character and your big ass hammer in the way. Well, actually, this guy with the gun's in the way, to be fair. Famisher. Where do you get that gun from, man? I need that. I want to test out the gun. Is this Pocket? What's up, Pocket? If that actually is Pocket, shout out. I used to play Warhammer and SWTOR with Pocket, if that's the actual same Pocket. Talk to the Overseer again. Alright, where is that guy? He's over here somewhere. How do I actually give you feathers? That's a good question. I know there's a way to trade, but Huel and I were just like dropping shit on the ground, which is obviously risky. So let me see. Like, cause tab is not the button. What if I walk up to you and I hold like E on you? Does that do anything? No. Alt, does that do anything? Let's see. I see you right here in my group. I can click you and it says I can. Okay. Yeah. I actually have no clue, dude. Like, I guess you just have to drop the feathers on the ground? What if I drag and drop some? Oh, yep. That worked, dude. I took them. Thanks. Nice, now I got 59 arrows. Shit, I'll take those too. In fact, let me switch my build now. That respec is free. Cool. Your first respec is free. Not the other ones after that, apparently. Alright, so I'm gonna increase my weapon strength with dex. Gonna put some constitution up there. There we go. Oh shit, am I supposed to pick this up too? My bad, I almost didn't pick up the fucking feathers. That would have been a lot of feathers to leave there too, I would have cried. Alright, what is the craft button? Territory standings. Ah, so you can put points in your you can claim your reward. So I can either claim how much standing I get, trading tax decreased, or how much my gathering speed is increased in this area. So because I don't think we're going to live here, I'm just going to say trading tax. Okay, so now it gives me another reward. This is new. I haven't experienced this before. I'm glad this is happening now on stream. So now I can either increase my faction tokens, experience gain. We'll probably do that because I'll definitely be leveling here. So do some experience gain. Cool. Boom. There you go. Yeah, and I think that's probably the most meta decision anyway, Bacon Knight. Not that obviously we're advising people to only make meta decisions, but it seems like it's pretty meta. I'm glad that Syndicate's purple though, Heal. I'm glad that you said that. Hey, I see some purple dudes right here. Let me ask these dudes. How do I change my... Okay, area. Actually, they're talking about sense of community right now. They're probably going to literally give me the quest right now. I should probably just do it. Wait, I keep talking to you, but you're not the overseer. Sorry, I just like you a lot, apparently. Town hall unclaimed? So someone can claim this town hall? Is that what that means? Or does it just mean the settlement? Oh, okay, because we're in Everfall. That's right, and this area is not claimed yet. Okay, I see. I think that's what that means. Nice, we just dinged level 8. What do we have here? Mining pickaxe. I wonder what craft I'm gonna do. I haven't even looked yet, to be honest. So at the moment, we're marshaling resources. That's like the big goal. My reward is I get a weapon case, which sounds pretty damn good. And I also get an armor case. So this looks like I might actually end up doing these dailies for sure. If these are dailies, they kind of look like a daily or something. Someone in chat's like, how do I turn off chat so I can ignore everyone? Finally a face to put to all the Death of a Game videos. Thank you and welcome to the channel. This is my Twitch channel. I stream here, usually my podcast on Mondays, and every now and then when MMO developers invite me to play their games, I will stream their games as well. So here I am. Hopefully I'm either what you imagined or not what you imagined. I either want to be like over expectations or under. Like, I don't want you to be like, man, you're exactly what I expected. That's like the worst answer. Just kidding. Alright, so I could do... Magical stuff is the arcane repository. Right? It's like healing tinctures, mana tinctures, curatives, etc. Defense potions, it looks like. Looks like some good bread, making me hungry in real life. Your boy's fasting. So I gotta get away from that bread. Apparel, so... A duelist set, trapper set, sage set, explorer set, and the accessories like amulets, rings, earrings, and bags. Okay, this is obviously going to be very useful. The outfitting station, tanning, yeah, the tannery. This is obviously going to be where you process your leather. So you process, and then boom, you go and turn it into whatever you want to turn it into. One thing you notice down here is that each place has a certain tax. You have to remember that each tax is dependent on whatever clan is in charge of an area. So a clan could theoretically skyrocket the taxes if they wanted to. Ah, here we go. This is where I want to be. It says all members of each faction conduct their fighting away from settlements. You don't expect anything, never deceived. Good. Did they change their mind about removing the full loot PvP? I don't believe so. Has Skyrim animations are exactly the same. Alright, well... He's not going to let me join yet. Maybe I'm not high enough level yet. Everfall just got claimed. These faction names are great, by the way. You guys are great. Like, I love you guys. Nice. It was controlled by Syndicate. Okay, you guys must be watching the stream now. They're like, all right, he's here. All right, Syndicate capture this shit. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right, well, there you go. It looks like Syndicate is actually in the area we're already at. Good to know. How do we join the cause? A lot of purple. I'm a fan. Love purple. What is this? This looks like some kind of inn or something. It is a bit jaunting for me, like, to see another faction just running around in a faction-controlled city. Not that say that that has to be that way, like everyone's kill on sight, but he better have to pay more taxes than we do. That's for sure. That's all I'm saying. If you want to group hit me up, I'm definitely going to be grouping today because I want to hit this beta pretty hard. Honestly, I want to learn about it, about the game as much as I can. I think this is a good time to do that. So you can purchase a house right here. 3,000. It's not bad. You can actually purchase a house right here in the city. How cool is that? They buy a visa. Immigrants. You are funny. You are funny and true. I've still never known how to join a faction in this game, so we'll definitely have to learn how to join a faction. As funny as that sounds, I've even been level 20 plus and not in a faction. Well, I take that back. The system worked differently before, so technically true. Technically not. Nice, this is where you cut gems. Okay, cool. I'm just checking out the city, basically, you know? 2,500 for like a front house. Not bad, actually. That'd be a good place to put all your shit. I think these are some more houses over here. Yep, another house. Does it actually let you go check it out? It does, it lets you enter it. It kind of is an instance, it kind of isn't. See, I can still see other people, but they can't come in here and I can't leave. It's not a bad house though for 2,500. Oh wow, did you guys see that? It just said that somebody in the zone upgraded the station. So it actually like updates you and stuff like that. It lets me have a recall to inn by just clicking the inn. I'm glad that I just figured that out now, because I definitely didn't know that. You can check your storage remotely. A lot of good quality of life features I'm seeing here. Considering that a big criticism people were having of this game originally was that it barely felt like an MMO. It's feeling a lot like an MMO. Where's the introduction to the faction quest line? Is it this marshalling shit that I'm supposed to do right now? I'm assuming it probably is, so let's go gather. I'll love and hate your name. Oh boy. Let's see. I'll just start gathering. Screw it. Oh, I need a sickle for herbs, so we can't do herbs, but we don't need herbs, we just need wood. And wait, boulders? Is that stone? Oh, that's what that noise is. I thought it was like someone firing a gun. Shit's loud. Sounds like I'm doing construction back in the day in a building with no insulation. And barely any walls. And open ceiling. Alright, we're gonna keep gathering. Like a good soldier of the Syndicate. We're gonna gather for the cause. I mean, this might not be our settlement exactly, but it's the faction settlement, so it's ours as a team. This looks like something I'll enjoy. Will you have your own clan or guild? I will. And we'll have it completed by tonight. Don't need that much more stone. That's good. Maybe we should, instead of just like doing the bush thing, maybe we should actually go like hit a tree. Pretty sure it's like way faster wood. Goes and gathers in enemy territory. Do you get extra stuff if you flag and do that? Because if not, I'm gonna suggest that to the developers for sure. Did I get a pre-order or get invited to the event? Invited to the event. I like to think that this guy's gonna chop down this giant-sized tree with that little axe. Anybody who's ever done any hard labor or chopped down a tree, your hands are hurting just watching this. Like literally my hands, I can feel like the callus is forming. Ah, my hands, ow! They would be bleeding right now with that little thing. Can you imagine like the splinters and shit, like going into your hands? How big is the game file? I actually have no idea. But I'm assuming that Steam will show me. Right? Where does Steam show you that kind of stuff? 39 G's. There you guys go. Here, 1 second. Let me see. I'm getting messages on stream. How's it going, Sam? Cool. Nice, thanks. Glad it isn't 200. Like, yeah, like what is with that? No gloves too? Exactly. No gloves. All right, let's go find some stone. Whoops. Opened up my Steam real quick. Here's a boulder. The reason why I was laughing at the name of the guild is Scylla. For those not familiar, is of course the Scythians. They were a group of nomadic conquerors, basically horse conquerors. Some of the greatest ever, actually. Their whole story is insane. So they picked a pretty good name. My friend Sam, who's got his degree in history, would approve. All right, where's this overseer guy? The game movement is so smooth when you just run around. It really is. Like, look at how smooth this is. Like, what game are you playing right now that's this smooth? On the MMO market. Just running around. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not a lot of games that allow you to move that smoothly. Where you can just, like... Guild Wars 2. That is true. You know what? Dude. Limpos, that's hilarious, dude. Look at this. Tell me this doesn't look like Guild Wars 2, this part right here. Doesn't that look like Guild Wars 2 right there? Literally how they do like the little start running animation literally just looks like Guild Wars 2. I wonder if that's where they got their inspiration from. Yeah, the acceleration animation looks like copy pasted from Guild Wars, so it gives me like flashbacks. That's funny. See, why is everyone in a rush, man? We're not in a rush. What's the toggle for walk again? How do I hide my UI? Usually it's Control H. Control Shift H. How do I hide my UI in this? Left Alt H. Praise to the syndicate, guys. Alright, so this is actually now going to become a syndicate ad. So if everyone who plays New World will join the syndicate, because we're definitely one of the least popular factions. I'm not the leader. In fact, I'm not even in the faction yet, but I'm just trying to get you guys to join. So this is a recruitment video. No, but this is how we used to shoot like videos back in the day in MMOs. Like you hide the UI and then you bring everyone in here, and then boom, you make your little guild video. You can look at the territory progression here. Check it out. We're coming out the ground, as they say in construction. We're coming out the ground. Nice. There's no active lifestyle. Sorry, there's no active buff to improve people's lifestyle here. What kind of settlement are you running? I'm just kidding. It costs a lot of money. Let's see. So you can get like buffs towards things, which that's interesting. Let's check this out. Gathering buffs like quantity increase. Wow. So you're gonna have areas that are gonna specialize in certain crafts for sure. Crafting buffs, same kind of deal. Increases the gear score. Then we have combat buffs. Increase corrupt damage absorption. Hale and Hardy increase base HP by 10%. And then Stalwart is 20% of defense for 3 days. So these are pretty good. Now let's see. Upgrading the Hamlet. Look at this. You can upgrade the workshop, or sorry, wood shop, tannery, loom, smelter, stone cutting, kitchen, alchemist, workshop, outfitting station, and oh, so there is a workshop, and then forge, and then it becomes a village, right? And then it becomes a town, then it becomes a city, then maybe it can become a capital. So this is very much similar to the node system in Ashes of Creation. That isn't unique to Ashes of Creation, let me be abundantly clear, but it is a big feature of their game, and it's now seemingly a big feature of Amazon's game. And let me be the first to say it's always been a key feature of the game since the very beginning, but it's becoming more and more of a feature now as we're seeing things get worked on and the game become more available. I'm liking this. This is new. I haven't seen a game do this kind of stuff before. You could argue that the upgrades are simple or whatever else, but I think this is a good idea. So you can do an emplacement here, additional point to deploy an emplacement, ballista, burning oil, etc. Increase repeaters. I love siege weapons. Burning oil vats, war horns, nice, explosives, and then a ballista. Same deal with the whole upgrade. See, it has 39 total upgrades. All right, let's talk to Lewis. Whoops. All right. Let's open it. So we got a fire staff, which we needed actually. And everything else kind of looks like Dookie. Dukerson. It wants us to craft timber at the wood shop, craft stone, and craft coarse leather. We should have all the crafting materials in order to do that, right? We should. You caved in and bought it. I'll DL it now and play after work. Cool. If you guys want to add me, my name is NerdSlayer and I'm playing on the Not server. That's with a K. Not. So, which one was the tannery again? It's the one with like the, it's this one right here. Alright, how many pieces is it? I guess I'll just do it all. Cool. So did some of that. And now it wants me to craft some stone blocks. How's it going? Where is stone cutting? It's probably not over here, right? It's probably over here. Stone cutting and then craft timber. That's next on the list. Let's see. Look, you can even zoom in and get a pretty good view of what's on the... so the Covenant guy's over there, Marauder guy's over there, and then there's the Syndicate guy. So now I can look for the processing benches are all over here. The crafting ones are in the center, so... What's this? A war board. Okay, gotcha. What's this? Kitchen? Okay. I usually end up being a cook in games, so I might end up being a cook, to be honest. I know that's definitely you. Wait, why does it say I'm still have like a little thing on my screen? Interesting. Well, whatever. It'll just stay like that then. Am I going the right way? Yeah, okay, so this is where I process the timber. For sure. Let's just process all of it. Okay, and then, stone cutting? Nah, that's probably the forge, right? Yeah, it's the forge. Stone cutting would be that. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Hey, we found Chuck Norris, guys. If you guys were looking for him, we found him. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to the Overseer again. He's back over here. Someone in chat just said, thank you, Jeff Bezos, for showing me Amazon's new world. Stay home and wear a mask. You wish they had fantasy races? So do I. In fact, we asked them about that, but I think it's just, it's not really part of what they're trying to create, you know? It's not part of the story or the vibe that they're going for. They do have a lot of old Guild Wars 2 devs, that's true. Alright, so let me open that. Is that heavy armor? Yeah, it is heavy armor. I'm not gonna wear heavy armor. Alright, so there's active projects even. Let's see. What's an active project for upgrading the fort? The gates. It wants me to start one. But I don't know if I want to start one yet. I don't even know if this is where I'm going to live. So I don't think I can even do this quest yet. Yeah, I can't even do this quest yet. Looks like the optimal way to play this game is you just have to level up to level 10. And I think maybe that's when you can get access to the factions and stuff. Only usable during a pre-war phase. So here's the war board that we were talking about that you would access to look at your war and your active, I guess, the statistics concerning your clan versus another clan. Maybe it tells you, like, a breakdown of stuff. Who knows? It's not really explained. Why is my guy running like that? Alright, there he goes. Let's see what's on the trading post. Got some more arrows. Cool. Ooh, they're selling these for cheap. I'll definitely buy these. Iron arrows for 2 a pop. I'll take that. Now we're at 91 arrows. We can definitely grind archery today. It's like 90 shots I'm gonna hit, you know? I'm only gonna miss one of those, easy. More like maybe 40 of those will be hits if I'm lucky. 50, something like that. So yeah, archery in games typically is more expensive to grind, and unless the game has magic regions. And magic regions are definitely more expensive, at least in my experience, than leveling archery in a MMO at least. Alright, so this is back to where I was earlier. So let's see. It says each settlement's magistrate shall direct the subject to the marauder's representative of the corresponding settlement who may issue a test of mettle in order to judge the subject's physical prowess. So maybe you just have to be a certain level. And because all these guys that are coming here are higher level than me. Like they're all level 10s. So I think it is a level thing. They want you to kind of hit level 10 first before you really join a faction. Yeah, magic regions. This game doesn't have them. Alright, let's go shoot some people. For some XP. Let's see. Where's a good... This looks like a good place to go. Looks like there might be some old monsters or something there, right? I think something they can do to bring a little bit of life to the roads in the game, if you're going to take the effort to draw roads, in my opinion, MMOs have to understand that people will just ignore roads a lot of the time. Unless you can kind of like give them a reason not to. And I think a good thing you can do is make roads faster. Just literally make them faster. Is that guy flagged? This is like the first flagged player I've seen so far. Props, 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 my dude. Alright, we're almost there. It's called the Shattered Obelisk. We're gonna go grind some mobs here. I definitely would be playing an elf right now, though. If I could play a fantasy race, I would be playing an elf. This guy's level 24. That's funny. If he hits me once, I literally will probably die. Oh god, no, don't do that. Just trying to get my XP back. Or, sorry, my stamina back real quick. Yeah, why don't you do that and then I'll do that. We're gonna kill you, because I love killing hard to kill mobs in games like this when I don't get, like, almost one shot. Just because I like to see how much experience you get from it. Checkmate, I'm a nerd. Hey, see, it recognized that it was unable to attack me, so it reset. That's good. Developers are doing their homework. Alright, let's see, will he attack me if I'm like up on this? He probably can, right? He probably will still swing at. Yeah, he can. I was gonna say he can still swing at me up there. See, this is what we were farming before when I was able to test this game. It was like these kinds of more difficult skeletal mobs were the mobs that we had seen before. So these are definitely challenging. And as you can tell, if I have the right healing supplies, whoops, and if it lets me jump over this, if I have the right healing supplies and I have the right patience, I can level those by myself. But realistically, when you're playing an MMO, the answer of whether or not you can do something is not the main consideration. It's can you do it sustainably? Like if I almost die every time I do a mob, it might not be good for me, right? So I'm gonna go back to the town actually, and I'm gonna work on getting some food from the town. Speaking of food in real life, probably a good time to stop the stream, to be honest, because I'm getting pretty hungry myself. So I'll answer any questions you guys have on my way to the city and while I'm in the city, but I'll be on the stream tomorrow, so don't worry. Do you like abilities being tied to weapons instead of classes? No, I would say no. I prefer it the other way. Geez, yeah. No, they figured it out. The developers realize that players do things like LOS all the time, so you have to take that into consideration. Why can't you craft armor? You can craft armor. I just haven't been doing all of that stuff. Basically, whenever you're a streamer, sometimes, as funny as it sounds, your first playthrough through something to showcase to people, it's not really about you playing the most optimal way. So I would definitely say, obviously, making yourself armor, potions, food, finding other players to group with is going to be the best experience in this game and the best way to group and level up and stuff like that. What I'm doing is just, we're exploring. But yeah, we have the plan to join the Syndicate faction, and we will definitely be making a guild, so don't have to worry about that. Alright, so let me actually see something real quick. Somebody already made an iron green sword. Nice. I was curious if you can actually buy food from the merchants here. I'd be glad if you can't, because then it really makes you have to rely on players, but let's see. Let's go check out the cook. Thanks, Samuel. I appreciate that. Alright, here's the cook, right? No, this is just the kitchen. Alright, so we need some water, some wheat. What about a fried egg? It's just an egg. Yeah, I might be interested in doing cooking then. Seems simple enough. I need a simple craft. I'm not a complex crafter. Oh, that dude's like all kinds of colors and flaming and whatever. Yeah, there's no cook here. So you cannot just go and buy your food or your potions, which means you're going to need to work with other players. Exactly. No merchant vendors means that players are going to have to fill the gaps. I like the game in the dark too. I know like people were saying it can definitely get a little dark, and I definitely agree, but I like the game in the dark. I think the game is a pretty good looking game. Alright, well, I think that's a good time for me to stop. I'm not a full-time streamer, so streaming isn't what I do all the time. I get tired from streaming. I do want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching me stream some New World today. For you or for those rather who are new to the channel or new to watching me stream, thank you for following. Thank you for sticking by and checking out the stream for the first time if it is. If you've been here before, glad to see you again. I'll stream some more tomorrow of New World, and I'll be playing a lot of New World, so expect me to make a video about my experiences so far in the game, and maybe do like an impressions depending on kind of how they end up handling the future beta cycles. Like, I guess if they're going to do any more beta events or any more beta at this point, maybe I should wait until then to do like an impressions, is kind of what my thoughts are. But do you have any comments on the game? It is improved, much improved. I've had a lot of comments on the game, to be honest. You have to watch the stream again, or watch me tomorrow, and I can explain some more of my thoughts. By tomorrow, we'll have a guild and a company, so we'll have like a place to be able to go and grind, like hire in mobs to show that off, show off later areas in the game. And also, hopefully, my goal is, especially during this testing period, since none of this is going to matter, is to show off the PvP. I think that's what people were really interested in the most. Who's running the company? I'll be running the company. As in like making it, but like running it as in like who's running it? As it stands right now, Huel has a group of players I think he's playing with, and I have a couple of players I'm playing with. So I don't mind if one of you guys make the guild, because I trust both of you. If you're members of the Syndicate already, you can make the guild if you're Baconite or Huel. But everybody else, if you'd like to join our guild or join us in playing the game either now or at a later date, feel free to, if you're not already in the beta, play on the Not server and play in the Syndicate faction if you haven't chosen a faction yet. If you haven't pre-ordered and you're just not sure about that, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that you should pre-order. What I will tell you is if what you've seen so far is enough for you to find the enjoyment you're looking for with the game, and I think that there's enough for me personally as it stands right now to get, you know, enough enjoyment out of it for the time being, for the beta preview event. So that's exciting. And yeah, I'm excited to see what more the game has in store, because the new player experience so far I've had pretty positive things to say about, and I've been pretty positive of. So we'll see how that holds up once you get into like mid game and start to move towards like late game and end game and stuff. I follow your YouTube page as well. You're really good. Thanks for all the content. I appreciate it. And yeah, I just also hope that whenever there's time for like a new MMO to come out, I almost feel like I'm just not doing my due diligence to stream it. Not to say that, again, I'm the biggest streamer, I'm going to stream 17 hours a day, because I like to make YouTube videos. That's what I'm most passionate about. But at the same time, what better way to get live like perspective and thoughts from an experienced MMO player, you know, than to watch them stream, basically. So a lot of people are streaming this game right now, and I really just recommend you guys, you're all going to have your favorites of streamers to watch, but every now and then try and watch a streamer who knows how to play MMOs as well, because I think that's an important thing. If you just watch like the big streamer who's covering the game, who maybe doesn't have much experience in playing those kinds of games, they're going to give you a very like limited perspective on maybe what the game is about or what it could be about, versus like there's a lot of popular streamers, for example, people who might cover the game now, might cover it later, who have experience with MMOs. So I would find them. There's a lot of them. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me on today's stream, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.